Hi guys, this is Anul Mundra and I'm back again with a very special episode, and this time I have with me a very special guest, Mr. Kunal Mehta. He is the director at Interactive Insurance Brokers. He's one of the best insurance expert that at least I'm aware of. Welcome Kunal, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Anil. Thank you for having me.
So Kunal, I know you as KJ, the insurance guy, the best insurance expert in the region. With the current situations, how is insurance industry coping up?
Well, that's a very good question, Anul. And the fact of the matter is that now more than ever, clients are going back, looking at their policies, looking at these coverages, and making sure that they're adequately covered. It's in the all the years that I've been in insurance, I have never ever seen clients call me and make sure that their policies are giving them the right type of cover that they need. So it is really relevant right now.
Well, that's interesting. So earlier on, Kunal, we were talking about credit insurance, right? So what is credit insurance and why now?
So, in the simplest form, Anul, credit insurance is the ability for a seller to secure the credit that they give in the market. Today, we are in an environment where 90 to 95% of business owners have to give credit to sustain or grow their business. However, they absolutely have no recourse for collection if a buyer does not pay. So think about it. You may have a turnover of $20 million, $30 million in the market. How much of that money is sitting outside on credit, where you are expecting a payment in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, right? Credit insurance is that safety net, that security to help protect you in the event the buyer simply does not pay. It's as simple as that.
So Kunal, give me one benefit of credit insurance.
Anul, I'll make it better. I'll give you 3. So here are 3 key benefits every business owner who takes credit insurance gets today. Number 1, if you're doing business in the market for a very long time, let's say you're a 20, 30-year-old business, you have your set buyers, but you give those buyers only a certain amount of credit. What I mean by that is, let's say you have a buyer who's been dealing with you for the last 10 years, and you're giving them $100,000 or $200,000 of credit. But you don't know that if you actually have the security of credit insurance, you can increase the credit that you give your existing buyers. So that's getting more business out of your current buyers. Number 2, new buyers. Most businesses that take credit insurance see an uptake of 10 to 20% on their top line number. What does that mean? That's 10 to 20% new buyers or new clients who come onto their portfolio who they would have normally not done business with. And these are both local and international, because credit insurance is gives you global coverage.
Sure.
So you're not restricted to the UAE alone. And third, which most people overlook, is renegotiating your banking facilities. Most clients with the credit insurance policy are able to go back to their banks and renegotiate the rates on any facility they have, because now they have the security of credit insurance.
Well, but that sounds it might be something expensive.
Well, that's another myth. It is absolutely not expensive, because with the growth in your business, the policy only makes sense if your new business is actually paying the premium. Now, what do I mean by that? Once you start taking credit insurance, you start taking more risk. And I don't call it just risk, it's calculated risk, it's secured risk. And therefore, all of a sudden, if you're a business that's doing $20 million, $30 million a year, you start seeing an increase of 10, 15, 20% over the next 12 to 18 months, which means that you've now increased your top line, increased your bottom line, and in doing so, created a new revenue stream to help pay for that policy itself. So it is not a cost, it is actually a revenue generator.
Kunal, it seems like it's very relevant to maybe limited set of business owners or industries. Am I correct?
So I'm sorry to say, Anul, but you're wrong.
Okay.
The reality is that what people don't know about, people fear, right? Businesses today know that they need to insure their warehouses. They know they need to insure their factories. They know they need to insure their staff. What they don't realize is that this also today is something that they need to look at. Credit insurance is something they have to look at, have to consider. It doesn't matter your size. I have offered credit insurance to meat distributors, to packaging companies, to advertising companies. Any business today, it is this simple. Today, if you're a CFO looking at your balance sheet and you see a high amount of receivables which is out there on credit, you need to be looking at credit insurance as a really relevant and value-based solution to help secure your risk, increase your top line, which we know we all need right now, and renegotiate your rates with your financial institutions. It's literally these 3 things. If you're today thinking of these 3 things as a CFO, then you need to be looking at credit insurance as a really viable solution.
Well, that's so valuable information for all of us. Kunal, today there's so many CFOs and business owners listening to us. If you have one message, what would that be?
So, my simple message to all business owners and CFOs today, given all that is going on around us, is pull out all your insurance policies, contact your broker, and have them review it or review it with them. Many a times in the past, we have just renewed policies without considering what is the level of coverage. Do we need that much cover? Are we overcovered or are we underinsured? All these things today in the current environment are very, very relevant. And as business owners, as senior executives, this is probably the one place I would start to evaluate, are we adequately covered before deciding what next?
So, guys, that was Kunal Mehta, director at Interactive Insurance Brokers. It was wonderful chatting with him today and understanding more about credit insurance. For more such information, stay tuned and we will be sharing his details shortly.